Good morning. Welcome to Viking Preparedness. I am Pastor Joe Fox. You know what this is? But you know what this is? This is biscotti that Sister Kate made yesterday. On our newly installed wood cook stove. Pioneer made. She has a quick little video of it on her channel. I'll stop doing that during this video, though. Wow, see, I'm sharing my morning with you. Messy beard and everything. All right. What I want to talk about today is kind of keeping this long ship in order. Moving forward. Some ideas, thoughts. And then hear what y'all have to say. Seriously, we're getting bigger. Hallelujah. We have a lot of new Vikings in the last 2 weeks. And so welcome aboard. I think you'll like it here. I'm going to go over some general rules of the road and stuff at the end of this video so that the old timers, if they want to, they can check out at that point. But the beginning part's for everybody. I announced our second regional coordinator. Our first regional coordinator was Shield Maiden, Southern Appalachia. And our new regional coordinator, Viking coordinator, is PNW Viking up in the Northwest, the Redoubt. And so they have that, and then that generated a ton of comments, and it's clear to me that I need to put out more information on how this works. The Viking coordinator, for those of you who know me, you know me. I just speak. I'm going to try I know how this is going to sound. I can already hear it coming out of my head. That's all right. He's not your Viking coordinator. He's my Viking coordinator. You don't need to be bothering the Viking coordinator, even though they're both nice people and don't mind, as onesies, as individuals. The Viking coordinator is to coordinate Viking groups, not Viking individuals, Viking groups. And how that works is this. Oh, and so that's one. I guess I'll come to the other one in a second. Everything we do, everything I'm doing, everything I'm trying to do here is to get you, Mr. or Miss Viking, onto a crew. You're going to have to form your crew. Nobody here is going to form your crew for you. You're going to have to find and kludge your own crew. The reason you need a crew is because when things get hard, you're going to need people on your left and your right. I don't think I need to beat that dead horse anymore. If you have questions on that, ask them below, but you're going to need people. If you want to go lone wolf, go lone wolf. I don't think you're going to do well. To facilitate the formation of crews, we have Viking groups where brave men and women, perhaps you, stand up and say, I am hosting a Viking meetup. It is going to be at this place at this time. This is what we're going to do. If you're interested, contact me at this email and come on. And then all the Vikings, in my mind, from a 3-hour driving radius, show up at this place. They meet, typically break bread, sometimes have a class. They talk a lot. And that's where you start touching antennas with all the regional Vikings in your area. And you find some that live close to you or want to bug out close to where you are or something like that. And you start the process of forming a crew, a small survival team, if you will. See, that's on you to do that. The group leader's job is just to get people together and facilitate that. They're not the group leader. I respect the heck out of them. They do a hard, thankless job. They have to find a place. They've got to put out their contact information. They respond to emails. I'm sure every now and then they respond to knuckleheads. I know they deal with knuckleheads sometimes. So they do that. I've had some Vikings contact me and say, hey, I want to be a regional coordinator too. Thank you. and someday you may be. But here's the deal. I don't set up regional coordinators just to have them. This isn't about the regional coordinators. This is about group leaders. And when it gets to the point where there are several groups in one area, then I approach a couple to several. How about that? Then I approach the group leader I perceive as the most effective in that area, and I extend to them the offer and the ideas, and we go back and forth on what it means to be a regional coordinator. So we'll call you if that happens. I do have the word out to one person, and they haven't answered me yet. We're working on that. So yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about all this. Really? See, I see everybody doing that. Let's do this. Stop. I get really interested in you and what you're doing when you have a crew. Because that's what I want for you. You're going to need a crew. When things go pop, you're going to need people to help. You're going to have to help other people. And that process starts best if you do it now. So we have 2 regional coordinators. Both of them may have their regions split if they continue to grow. And we may have, 2 regional coordinators that will make the geographics. We're not doing it by geography so much as by where the groups are popping up. So there's that. Now, a lot of you, because you didn't know, I get it, are contacting the regional coordinators, some here, and saying, hey, let me know if there's anything going on. No, nobody's going to spoon feed you here. Although some of them are trying because they're nice people. We post the Viking meetups once or twice a month. Go back, usually, definitely at the beginning of the month, sometimes in the middle of the month. What's today, sweetie? I'll post another one today after I post this, where the Viking group leaders can announce their meetings. And then if you have questions for them, you contact them. Here's the deal. If you're sitting in an area and you're thinking, contact me if there's a group meeting, you know what I think you really should do? You should look around and see if there's a group meeting. And if there's not, then you should host one. Oh yeah, host one. You know what it takes to be a group leader? Stand up and lead. Make things happen. I'll talk about that at the end of this because other people have already heard it, how to organize a group meeting. But it's not hard. Host it and they will come. Next thing you know, you got a group of people meeting, and then you can take it from there. So there's that. I have spilled much into the 2 regional coordinators about where we're going. Trust me when I say we have a plan. Trust me when I say you don't need to know it right now. It won't do any good. It's interesting, it's titillating, it's fun, but you don't need to know it. What you need to do is go to your local group meeting, find people, and form a crew. Okay, for the old timers, one more thing, and then I'm going to start segueing into stuff I've said before. This thing in Virginia, it could go away. It could just be a nothing burger. It could get hot. I know this. People are hot. People are hot about it. I had forgotten what a hot button... So that's one thing. Put that on the shelf. Here comes another thing. I had forgotten what a hot button issue vaccines were with people. And I don't remember if I've addressed this again, but it was so hot it's worth addressing again. I've been pickled. I've had every vaccine I know of except anthrax, which I refuse to take, and that's a long story. But I've had every vaccine that I know of other than that, and series, like plague series and all kinds of things. My wife has had most of them. My children have had all of the vaccines one needs to be an American going to Southeast Asia. And some more. I'm clearly not personally opposed to vaccines. On the other hand, I'm not sure my grandchildren have been vaccinated at all. I think there's great arguments on both sides. I think one can feel strongly about whether one is vaccinated or not. But here's the deal. Some of y'all get way too emotional about that. You do you, boo. You want to be vaccinated? Be vaccinated. You want to vaccinate your kids? Vaccinate your kids. You don't? Don't. Simple. You don't need to argue with people. And here's the thing, you're not going to convince anybody of anything. So chill. Now, back to this Virginia thing. Because there's going to be more things like that coming up. Chill. Calm down. I don't mind you expressing your opinion. But if it starts going towards, we're going to march on duly constituted authority with our weapons, you're being an idiot. On a bunch of levels, you're being an idiot. Even if the Chinese communists came in, took over, and became duly constituted authority, and there's a hole there you could drive a truck through, but just work with me on that, and you decided, oh, heck no, we're not going to live under communism, who's with me? We should all get together. It's dumb to announce it. It's dumb to talk about it. You don't do that. That's stupid. I tell people that we do not allow on Shofar Mountain 3 things. This is a third thing on the shelf here, but they all tie together. 3 things. We don't allow machine guns. We don't allow bombs. We don't allow to include that stuff you shoot that blows up. Thank you. Tannerite. And we don't allow suppressors. All of which are legal in different places, some all places. Don't care. Don't allow it here. And you know what else I don't allow? I don't allow anyone to get into conversations about doing any of that stuff illegally. Not my presence. Don't need the hassle. Because the person who's doing that, the person who is advocating these things, is one of 2 things. They're either a confidential informant or undercover agent provocateur, who's trying to get you and everybody around you in trouble for conspiracy to do something that they basically set up themselves. That's one. Or they're a freaking idiot for talking about it to people they don't know very well. In either case, you don't need to be around those people. Don't let your, and now here's tying all 3 of those together. Don't let your emotions get the better of your brain. It's going to be even more important as we get going as this society continues to collapse. Be smart about things. Don't be running your yap. Yeah, who's with me? You kidding me? Use some circumspection. When you are with a group of people that you really don't know, you have to operate under the assumption that everything you say is recorded and passed on. Think about that. Your braggadocio can get you in a whole lot of trouble that works against everything you're trying to do as a prepper. Take care of you. Take care of your family. Take care of your circle, your crew. Find a crew before you start talking about nonsense. It's important, people. It's going to be more important as time goes on. You need to get with people now. You need to, and now, older Vikings, I'm starting to segue into stuff I've talked about a lot. You need to get with people now. You need to spend the time now. You need to get to know each other, go through the sifting process until you have your crew. The ideal, the part I'll tell you about the plan at your level, the average Viking level, is for individuals to find crews and crews to then be several crews in a group, a Viking group. Beyond that, doesn't matter. When you need to know, you'll be told. Things could get really hairy. And everybody doesn't need to know everything. OPSEC, bro. You do you. You work on you. See, I just got serious because I'm projecting into the future what's going to happen. You guys need to get more serious. Don't worry about the games and putting pieces on a board. Don't worry about that. Worry about you. Get your crew together. The way you do that is you got to meet them. One way you meet them is to go to Viking meetups. Everyone in your area, every time. Guess what? You should help the Viking group leaders. And the Viking group leader, it's not a rapture ministry. You don't have to do it till Jesus comes home. A Viking group leader could be a one of. I set up a group meeting. Who wants to do the next one? Volunteer. Do it. The way you do a group meeting is you first find a place. Go find a place where people, for most of the country this time of year, can get out of the weather. Back room of a restaurant. I don't know. Use your brain. I've gone over this a lot before too. Find a place. Get a ballroom. Get a church auxiliary hall. Get a fire department meeting room. I don't know. You're going to have to work this stuff out. Too many people want to be spoon-fed everything. Find a place. Set a time. Think about other people having to travel 3 hours, so you probably don't want to do it at 6 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. If the people in your area are heavy church-going folk, you might not want to do it at, between 10 and 12 on a Sunday, right? Or you may say, we'll have a church service here. I don't know. You do you. But you find a place, you find a time, and then you announce it. You say, hey, all the Vikings, we're meeting here at this time. Here's what I don't want you to do. If there's already a group meeting going on in the area that's working, you don't need to set up another one. That just draws apart. Work with that group leader and say, hey, how can I help you on the next group meeting? You want me to take it over? You want me to do the planning? Whatever. Help the one that's already doing it. And they may look at you and go, man, I'm so glad. Why don't you take this one? I'm out. 10% of the people do 90% of the work, right? Okay, so that's that. Have a group meeting. It is ineffective to post a post, hey, I'm in this area. Does anybody want to have a meeting? See, that's weak. That's weak. Organize one and set it up. We're having a meeting. Come. See how much stronger that is? If you're interested in getting together, give me a shout. Hey, I'm having a meeting. If you're interested, give me a shout. Move forward. There's leadership. All right. I frown on new Vikings. Welcome again. I'm glad you're here. I think you're going to be glad you're here. Man, you get rid of the idiots from YouTube when you come here. Sometimes I troll them a little bit over on YouTube just to see the comments. And I did this last time with my last flashlight video, which I'm not doing any more of. And the comments, the ones I left up. New Vikings. I frown on putting links to anything in the comment sections of videos. No. In the community section, you can post. I don't even watch that. I don't see that very often. Somebody just complained to me about something going on over there. I'm checking it. Whatever. You guys just be adults over there and I don't care. You can post anything you want over there within reason, within the scope of kind of who we are and how we are here. But I don't like you posting links in the comments to videos because I've kind of taken responsibility for the commentage under videos, and I don't have the time, inclination, or bandwidth to go check out your link. And I know you think it's a good link, but okay, so no links. And you guys I've let you guys get sloppy about that lately. Messaging me, it doesn't work. It's just by the way it works on my phone and everything else. If you want to contact me, Vikings, write me an email, vikingservices@hotmail.com. Make the subject line of your email, the first word in the subject line, what level Viking you are. Viking, warrior, jarl, berserker. I get, 800 to 1,000 emails a day on my little phone that when I have time, I scroll through them. I don't open them all, let alone answer them all. If you are a berserker, I will answer it when I see it or as soon as I can catch my breath. If you're a jarl, I try to do it within 24 hours. If you're a warrior, I try to get to it. Again, they usually fall within 24 hours, but I do the berserkers and the jarls first. And Vikings, if your email really interests me, I may answer it. That's just truth. It's just because of numbers, gang. It's not that I don't love you. It's just I've got to have some kind of sorting, and so that's what I've done. Just because I answer one email of yours does not mean we're going to have a conversation. We're not. I don't have time for that. I don't have conversations with the Shofarians on email. And some of them, some who know, have said, you are really short in your answers. You need to use more words. Yeah, I know. Got it. And, that's it. Not, hey, thanks for contacting me, reaching out to me. I hope everything's going well with you too. No, I'm just like, got it. Send. So that's that. Rules of the road. Be cool to each other. Be nice. Be polite, like people used to be in the 50s. Hi, how do you do? You can disagree with people here. It's okay. You can disagree with me here. You got to be polite about it. You can't call people names. You can't say, you're an idiot for thinking that. That's not going to work. And we don't need any back and forth. Let's say I say the sky is blue. No, let's say I say the sky is green. And you write back and go, Joe, I disagree. The sky is clearly blue, and everyone knows it's blue, and it looks blue. Okay. You said what you wanted to say. I said what I wanted to say. If I come back and go, nuh-uh, what did I say it was green? It's green. Everyone knows it's green. Have I convinced you of anything? No. Have you convinced me? No. So stop. That's childish. Don't do that. But you can say, hey, I disagree with you. It's definitely blue, and here's why it's blue. Because the earth is flat. Stop. I'm trolling. That's it. Be cool to each other. If you want to contact me, send me an email. Don't send me a message. Any questions you have, put them down below. If you have ideas for videos, or a lot of times what I do with the emails is I'll get an email from somebody, a Viking, and they ask me a question, and instead of answering their email, I just do a video on it if I think it's a cool video. But there's a lot of things that people want me to do videos on that I don't. It's either because I don't care, I don't think it's important, or I don't know anything about it. And I try not to. I try not to do videos on things I don't know anything about. One glaring exception on YouTube was my MGTOW incel video. I knew nothing about MGTOWs or incels. I just did that totally because it was a really hot term, and my wife had a couple of videos going, and that's one of my most popular videos. I irritated a lot of people on that. I wasn't really trying to, kinda. All right. Hey, back to this beginning. The key to this thing is people. You need to get together with people. Sending out a flare and saying, is anybody interested, contacting me, that's not the way to do it. Either go to a group meeting and talk to people, or host a group meeting. Yeah. If you have any questions on how to host a group meeting, send me an email. Oh, that's the other thing on emails. I know we're all different people. I get a lot of them. Man, make your point right in the beginning. Right in the beginning of your email, and then you can add details under it if I want to read that far, but I'm not going to read a page of email to get to the question. So, should I cut all my hair off the top of my head or not? I'm just going to be like, not trying to be rude. It's just time management. My wife right now is sitting there very patiently going, when are you going to rip out that counter so we can move the fridge today? Right after I start uploading this, sweetie. All right. I'm glad you're here.
No such thing. I'm gently and patiently watching my buffalo pig go.
All right. Hey, I guess one more thing, and if people didn't stick around for this part, they lose. I just read an article, I don't know how old it was, but I don't think it's very old, by Matt Bracken, called Be the Indian, Not the Buffalo. I thought it was good. You can probably Google it and find it. All right. I'll see you guys out there.